It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Brooklyn. It's the Ravens and the reigning Super Bowl champs. Coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Brooklyn Barons. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win. You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in the football.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. It's caught here by Adams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here first and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Now Wilson. He'll dump this off to Carter, complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too. What we hear so often, how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. A carry here for the big tight end. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Barons are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
The try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And, oh, this is Beckham remaining down on the ground. And apparently in some pain. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Five yards remain on second down. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Wilson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's a give to Carter. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's complete to Adams. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That's a gain of 6.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll drop this underneath to Carter. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On second down now, it's Carter. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Carter. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know the defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on second and third down here.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Now it's Wilson. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Barons have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. John Franklin Myers drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
That catch good for only a couple. On 2nd down, a run with Carter. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Wilson now off the bootleg. A throw to the flat for Carter. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. A toss left side for Carter. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. Carter again. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away. $17-0 our score after 1.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Now Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
What were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carter with it. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 2nd down at 7. A give, Carter running right. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his pick catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll run on first down. It's Carter. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Now it's Wilson. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On first down, right back to Carter. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
The 16-yard line brings up 2nd down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Barons continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Point after here coming up. And the lead is now 24. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And that's...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. John Franklin Myers. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Ravens send their punter out now. Standing just about on his own goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one will be accepted. Another run on 2nd down with Carter. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Now Wilson. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On first down, Carter takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there. Here's Wilson to throw. It's caught here by Adams. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. If you're going to blitz, you're likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On 2nd and inches, Wilson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. A handoff for Carter. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. David Njoku there to make the grab. And the Barons continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
4 yards remain for second down. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. Next, they look at the next-gen stats for the Ravens in that first half, and not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for our home team, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they have work to do in the second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And Charles, he's already north of 300 yards in this game.
And while watching him work, I just keep coming back to what a magic number that is. We've almost made it routine, haven't we? 300 yards, wow, what a great day. We don't understand what goes into that. And today, he's taking advantage of every opportunity, and he's being very precise throwing the football.
Some highlights to show for his efforts. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Slant to Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wilson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Wilson. They'll drop that down to Carter underneath. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They bring their punter out there now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now Jackson on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They go play action now. Jackson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jackson going to tuck it down on the option. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's a give to Dobbins. Nifty move, and he gets it down to the 32. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. On 2nd and 7, Jackson buying time to his left. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's now 2nd and 6.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Wilson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Carter. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Throwing is Wilson. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 16. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Corey Davis there to make the grab. And the Barons just continue to roll. And they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Ravens ready to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 64 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the 41, Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Jackson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Let's go. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to polish things off here as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Carter. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wilson. he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's taken it around the 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter and continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time?
They were really good on the last drive.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. 37-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. A throw taken in by Tylan Wallace. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And Jackson throwing once more. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Now Carter to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown! Michael Carter, 85 yards. And the Barons are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson, he'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown.
Jackson's pass is complete to Marquise Brown. A gain of 7. And the Raven first down.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Quentin Williams busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense, and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you use the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. So that'll back them up 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
The Ravens send their punter out now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here telling us stretch this thing out a little bit?
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get, a big-time producer.
Touchdown! Michael Carter, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Barons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll go again with Carter.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The offense on 3rd down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 6. And that will be incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Now Jackson on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Harrison. A gain of 6 there on first. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
He's picked off near his own 48, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down on the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Carter once more. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Going for it. It's Carter.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. High throw, but the catch is made. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
15 yards. First down, Ravens.
And all that hard work has paid off. They're AFC champions, and on to the Super Bowl they go.
It's got to be an amazing feeling for them, doesn't it, Brandon? The idea that you've done it all that hard work, all that sweating, all that effort, all those times you're getting yelled at by your coach, and now you get to go to the Super Bowl. Put your hats on, guys, and say AFC champs.